tough if you're
Yeah.
a Lakers fan.
No, it
Yeah, it's tough to you're a Lakers fan, huh?
just a
Jake, let's go,
Lakers
baby.
fan or Jake just a Lakers fan because there was some stuff going around the news.
There was some stuff, but none of that is true.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. I kind of want to get into that a little bit. I thought it was really interesting how everybody was talking about that he was gonna potentially sit out for personal reasons, and then all the stipulations, all the rumors started happening, and people were talking about, oh, it's because of the Diddy thing, or oh, it's because he's not playing well, or oh, it's because he doesn't like JJ, oh, it's
He's
because of
getting
this,
traded.
yeah.
He's retiring. It's like everybody loves to jump on the rumor train immediately. People are like sitting and waiting. Oh, LeBron's out for 2 games? Let's spread the wildest narrative about him. Get everybody talking about it. And it's like, it's not a story. The he's 40 years old and he sat out 2 games. Okay. Why are we panicking? Why is it something had to be wrong?
It's a little frustrating. I am not. What up, Rig?
Rig, what's up, baby?
I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I'm not. I was a Kobe fan. I was a Michael Jordan fan. All three of them have their own personalities, but I feel like Kobe and Michael had the more similar personality. They were more of like the humble. One was like the good guy and one was the bad guy. And then my only problem realistically with LeBron has been that he like self-proclaims himself as being the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that.
It's fair.
But I also don't understand why the man gets the amount of hate that he gets at the same time. And it's like people, as soon as he said he was stepping away, it wasn't even, maybe he didn't even say he was stepping away. Maybe he just needed 2 days off, 2 games off. He realized he wasn't producing and he needed to rest. I think that's honestly what it came down to. It wasn't this big freaking crazy story that people just started throwing all this trash at him. And I'm like, dude, just the man's 40 years old. Like, I'm not trying. I've told Damian, don't use that excuse, and I'm using it for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan, but I exactly just like what Rich said. I'm not a fan, but I do respect him. And he tried to commit to saying that he wanted to play all 82 games. He couldn't. He just couldn't. He needs a break, and that's fine, man. As long as he can produce on the court. But it was just crazy the amount of hate that he got. It was just nutty.
Honestly, like with him, I respect him and his play, but I don't think that he has the same kind of mindset as some of the other guys that you mentioned. I just feel like there's been games where it's like, man, you could have took over. And it's like, why? Like it's a championship, you know what I mean? Like he didn't have that killer mentality like Jordan had and Kobe and them. He just doesn't know how to like kick it into that champion mindset when he needs to take over a game in like the high pressure situations. I think he's great. I think he's one of the best players to ever play the game.
Yeah.
But you imagine if he had their mindset with his talent, he'd be fucking way more crazy, I think.
Why? Well, hold on. Against the grain, said LeBron James lies for no reason though. Like, what do you give us?
Like
give
outside
us
of basketball.
Give us an example. I'd like to hear it.
They call him Le Cap.
Really? I didn't know
that. He lies about fucking nothing, dude. He lies about reading books. He lies about watching movies. This motherfucker would be like,
he said they call him Le Cap.
Le Cap.
He never said that shit in your life.
He said Le Cap.
But I have to disagree with half of what you said. I do agree that there's 2 different mindsets. I believe Kobe and Mike were definitely that killer. Said he reads books. I think Kobe and Mike were definitely the killer mentality, but I think LeBron has a higher basketball IQ, so he wants to make what's the best play at the end of the game. Do I think that's the best thing he should do? No, I would like to see LeBron James take the game-winning shot, but he tries to make
definitely say that
basketball smart play. But at the same time, LeBron has taken over many games, and a lot of people like Game 7, 2016. LeBron is the one who hit the 3 that got him there. Then they talk about Kyrie's 3-pointer. And it's like, yeah, that was clutch as clutch could be. But LeBron got him there with his own 3-pointer and obviously what is probably the greatest block of all time. Like it takes a village, guys. Like, and I think that LeBron just doesn't get enough credit for how clutch of a player he is. I just saw that story. Oh my God. He did. He's like, he saw Bronny playing when he was like 5 years old. He saw him like grab a rebound, run down, and lay it up. And he's like, oh, yeah, he's special. Yeah, he's special. He's your fucking son.
Right.
Of course he is. But no, and I agree. I think LeBron is one of the greatest basketball minds in terms of, man, this guy could literally read a coach's playbook without ever having to look at it. And that's crazy. Whereas Kobe and Mike, they were just like, fuck you guys, I'm taking this final shot. And guess what? I am that guy who can make that final shot. And I mean, I feel like both sides would benefit from taking notes from the other person.
I would have, you know, what would have been really cool. Everybody always talks about how, if Bron played back in the day, you know what I would have loved to see if like those guys play in this day and age where like, I know Kobe was a little bit closer, but where technology and like, the ability to like take care of your body was more prevalent because like when
True.
Michael was playing before, when Michael got to the Bulls, they were called the Cocaine Bulls. Like everybody was doing lines in the damn locker room, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the culture, that was what was going on, you know, like it was just, you know, unhealthy habits. Like Michael Jordan was smoking cigars before playing basketball games. Like what the hell, dude? You know what I'm saying? So imagine
game was what is it? It was he was drunk from the night before.
Yeah, the flu game they call it.
Yeah, that was the hangover game.
That was the hangover game, realistically. But I mean, that's all rumor and stipulation. You know, there's people say he actually was sick, and people say that he was hungover. But you know, at the end of the day, it would be so cool to see someone of that caliber, like Michael and Kobe, and then see and kind of like copy how LeBron's been able to play for so long and taking care of his body and doing all the things that he does, and see how long they would have lasted and see how good they would have done it in this day and age of basketball. And people are like, oh, they wouldn't have been able to last because it's a shooting league. That's bullshit. These men work. Here was the difference about here, not the difference. There is no difference because I'm not going to say that LeBron doesn't work. These three men lived in the gym and worked at their craft and perfected it. So don't sit there and try and tell me that Michael wouldn't have been sitting at the 3-point line fucking firing off threes like everybody else does. So
I'm gonna be honest, and this might be a bit of a hot take, but I feel like it's justified. I think Michael Jordan in today's day and era would average more points per game than any season he ever played. I just
100%.
think it would be easier. However, I don't think he wins as many championships in this era.
I don't know. I think it's easier to win right now. Because okay, obviously if he's playing against like a LeBron and shit like that, yeah. But if he was here solely and he was the superstar and he had the same supporting cast, I still think they win as many as they do because it was such a well put together machine.
That's true, but I don't know. It's just
like who's beating?
Like there's more stars in the league that could just literally out offensive power you, and maybe the defense is the deciding factor because truly, when it comes to the playoffs and championship, the defense changes in the NBA completely. Like these guys that they're horrible during the regular season. There's no defense, and then when it comes playoff time, everybody loves to watch it because now we're watching good basketball. We're watching basketball that matters. But it's just like,
but you see the defense. But you see the defense does do something because look at the Orlando Magic.
Oh, it makes a difference. It does.
Right, it's huge.
Orlando
and who's gonna beat Dennis Rodman in this league?
In this league,
nobody's gonna
anybody's
out
going to
physical
out-muscle.
him.
No,
Yeah,
no.
nobody's gonna out physical him. So
Just because the whole entire league has made it acceptable to be softer, and I don't
Right.
want to. I'm not trying to call the league soft because I hate that narrative. Because these are fucking full-grown men. Like realistically, they're not that soft. They have to pretend to be soft.
They're not pretending.
Some of them are pretending. I'm sorry, Joel Embiid. You are pretending to be soft. You are fucking massive. You are
yeah.
a massive guy. If you just want a break, just retire. I don't know.
LeBron too. I mean, he does it himself. Like
Oh yeah,
there's
no.
no way that I brush on LeBron. I'd brush up against LeBron's leg and he fucking drops to the ground crying.
That man fucking do a backflip, cartwheel, fly into the first row, like
Respawn.
Listen, if you put a bag over my head and I knew nothing about the NBA, and I open it and I'm wearing boxing gloves and I look up and I see LeBron James across
I'm
me in the
shitting
ring,
myself.
I'm fucking like, what went wrong? What did I
He said
do?
I'm
What did I do to you?
like that's a physical specimen. But like, no, the league has made it okay to be softer in terms of
Right.
just like so dramatic. So I don't know.
Blake Brewer.